Shadow of the Beast is a side-scrolling platform video game produced by Reflections and published by Psygnosis in 1989. The original version was released for the Commodore Amiga, and was later ported to many other systems. Shadow of the Beast is considered revolutionary at the time, because of its graphics, with many more colors on screen and up to 12 levels of parallax scrolling backdrops, or of a level rarely if ever seen before in action games. It was also notable for its atmospheric score composed by David Whittaker that used high-quality instrument samples. Shadow of the Beast was followed by two sequels, Shadow of the Beast 2 in 1990 and Shadow of the Beast 3 in 1992. A remake is in development for the PlayStation 4. Story: a man named Arbron is kidnapped as a child and corrupted through magic into a monstrous warrior servant for the evil beast Lord Meltoth. The creature's memory of his human life returns when he watches a man being executed, whom he later recognizes as his father. This prompts Arbron to seek revenge on Meltoth. A long arduous journey ensues, with Arbron forced to battle his way through both hostile terrain and Meltoth's forces. He eventually confronts one of Meltoth's minions, a gargantuan creature whose only visible body is its hand and foot. Defeating the creature, Arbron is freed from his curse, the titular Shadow of the Beast, and returned to a more humanoid form. The box artwork of the game, like many Psygnosis releases of the time, was created by fantasy artist Roger Dean. Soundtracks: the soundtrack of the first Beast game by David Whittaker consists of 12 tracks. They are similar in style and have a new age-like sound. The full soundtrack to the first Beast game was arranged, studio-recorded and released in 1999, on an Amiga Music compilation CD entitled Immortal. The music for Beast 2 and 3 was composed and produced by Tim Wright. These titles featured a more extensive soundtrack and utilized ethnic samples taken from among other sources the same Core Game 1 synthesizer that was sampled by David Whittaker for the original game. Beast 2 contained a total of 17 tracks, most notable of which are the title theme and the Game Over theme, both of which feature real sampled electric guitars. Beast 3 contained a total of 24 tracks again featuring ethnic instrumentation, but this time dabbling with the addition of some more synthetic sounds. The tracks in neither Beast 2 nor Beast 3 have been formally named by the composer, they are generally referred to by their location within the game. The FM Towns and PC Engine Super CD-ROM ports of Shadow of the Beast features a soundtrack arranged by DC Productions Limited. Ports: after Shadow of the Beast's enormous success on the Amiga, it was ported to almost every other computer and video games console of the time. Namely, the Atari ST, Amstrad CPC, Commodore 64, ZX Spectrum, SNES unreleased, Mega Drive Genesis, Sega Master System, Atari Lynx, FM Towns and PC Engine Turbo CD. An Atari 8-bit version was in the works in 1990 to be published by Harlequin, but it was never finished due to collapse of the company. The PC Engine Turbo CD version was the last to be released. The PC Engine Turbo CD version and FM Towns both had enhanced in-game graphics, animated intro and an enhanced studio-quality CD soundtrack, not in any of the other ports. Sega Mega Drive Genesis equals, the Sega Mega Drive Genesis port is renowned for its difficulty, particularly to North American audiences. This is due to an oversight during conversion to the North American region. The original game had a 50 Hz refresh rate, but all North American Sega Genesis games had to have a 60 Hz refresh rate to North America for NTSC televisions. The conversion team did not change the amount of time each frame remained on screen when the refresh rate was increased to 60 Hz, making it run 16.7% faster than the original. Many gamers struggled to complete it after its release, but due to the incredibly high difficulty level with no continues available, very few achieved this goal until Sega revealed the invincibility cheat in January 1992. The Japanese Mega Drive version ran at the correct speed and had enhanced in-game graphics as well as a toned-down difficulty setting, though the game still lacked continues. Shadow of the Beast 2 has also been ported, albeit to fewer platforms. These are the Atari ST and FM Towns computers, as well as the Sega Mega Drive Genesis, and Sega Mega CD consoles. The Mega CD port of the game had drastic changes made to it, the most noticeable being a new soundtrack complete with voice-acted dialogue sequences and added FMVs. The in-game graphics were also slightly enhanced, and some areas of the game were redesigned to be less difficult than the original. Despite the success of the first two games, Shadow of the Beast 3 was not ported to any other system, and remains an Amiga exclusive, although a Sega Mega Drive version was considered and even developed at some point, with Matt Vanice tasked as the Mega Drive conversion composer. Reception: Shadow of the Beast and Shadow of the Beast 2 were reviewed in 1991 in Dragon No. 169 by Patricia Hartley, and Kirk Lesser in the role of Computers column. The reviewers gave both games 5 out of 5 stars. Computer Gaming World gave Shadow of the Beast 3 a mixed review. The magazine called the graphic very good, and music excellent, but criticized the puzzle's high level of difficulty, lack of a Savagim feature, and slow load times, stating, "I have grown tired of arcade games that punish the player rather than reward them for their efforts." Sequels: there were 2 sequels for the game, Shadow of the Beast 2 in 1990 and Shadow of the Beast 3 in 1992. The former was again ported to a number of platforms. Shadow of the Beast 2 Shadow of the Beast 2 finds the hero in half-beast form, wandering the lands of Karamun in search of his kidnapped sister. She had been taken away from her mother's cottage by the dragon form of the beast mage, Zelik, servant to Meltoth. Along the way, Arbron befriends the wise dragon Barloom and must defeat the evil dragon Ashran. Tree pygmies in the forest and the goblins in the crystal caverns serve as foes. As in the first game, the cover art for Shadow of the Beast 2 was created by Roger Dean and the game was packaged with a promotional black t-shirt that featured Dean's artwork. Shadow of the Beast 3 the final chapter of the saga, Shadow of the Beast 3 was released exclusively for the Amiga in 1992. In this game, Arbron has regained his human shape but must defeat Meltoth once and for all to become fully human. Beast 3 has 4 distinct stages instead of one big area. The game placed less of an emphasis on the action elements so prominent in the first 2 games, instead preferring a more cerebral approach. The Beast 3 package did not contain a t-shirt, instead, a badge with a game logo was included. Remake A reimagined version of Shadow of the Beast was revealed at Gamescom 2013, developed by Heavy Spectrum Entertainment Labs and will be published by Sony Computer Entertainment exclusively for the PlayStation 4. References in other games: graphics from Shadow of the Beast and Shadow of the Beast 2 were featured in 2 special levels in the original Lemmings game, called A Beast of a Level, and A Beast 2 of a Level. These references were supported by cameo versions of the title music from each version, in this case both pieces were arranged by Tim Wright. References: The Creative Assembly, Limited. OGDB. Retrieved January 27, 2013. Goss, Steve. Atari 8-bit projects a Euro Shadow of the Beast. JetBootjack.com. Archived from the original on July 13, 2011. Retrieved January 14, 2013. Lesser, Hartley. Lesser, Patricia. Lesser, Kirk. The Role of Computers. Dragon, 61 €65. Miller, Chuck. Psygnosis Shadow of the Beast 3. Computer Gaming World. Pages 66. Retrieved July 6, 2014. Jeffrey Mathalf. Shadow of the Beast Remake announced as PS4 exclusive. Eurogamer. Retrieved February 9, 2015. External links: musician Tim Wright's website, Shadow of the Beast series at Moby Games, Shadow of the Beast at World of Spectrum.